coming back to today, or it's the end of the day, I think time has flown. What do you think?
Really enjoyed it, thank you. It's just that I seem to have lost the way to do it, or, but everything you've said has been very, very useful.
Right, good. So we'll go around the table clockwise. So, Emma, how's the day been for you?
It's been a real eye-opener, and I think it's given me an awful lot to go home and think about, and I'm just gagging for the next courses, because as somebody who I thought I was quite experienced and quite did actually always come from the horse's point of view as to, what am I not telling it, or what am I telling it by accident, I realised actually in that area how little I know about how I am around them. And I think two of the things that really stand out, one is, as I said to you when we walked up the drive, is the speed of doing things, the actual being aware of what you are doing. And I can think of many times that I've been chatting to someone and just put the saddle on and, oh yeah, and done the girth, total unawareness of what you're doing. And I think that's something that I will definitely remedy, and then also take home and remedy with my daughter when we're around ponies. And just again coming back to the awareness of ourselves, what's actually it's been really interesting for me, because obviously I've been on the ground all the time and saw you both on your horses, so actually that was of great benefit actually, because I think if I'd have been riding I wouldn't have focused so much on what other people were doing, because I'd have also equally been terrified about what I was doing, and that was really, really useful. There was a lot from the ground to see, and I think what really showed was when you have got your head in a sort of a bit of a foggy place, when you're not quite clear, how easy it was to forget what you were doing, and yet if you'd have stood watching it yourselves, you just wouldn't have expected that to have happened. You'd expect the person to do it. So it has been a real eye-opener, and I hope you just carry on and do, because we'll be here. It's been really, really good.
You made it look so easy. I really did. I couldn't believe how difficult I found to keep her straight. And in my head I was thinking, Christine, she's probably one of the easiest horses to ride in the whole of this stables, and you can't do it. And I kept thinking, look through her ears, what's the matter with you? And then she looked at something, so I looked at something, and then her bottom went out, and then her head went to the side, and then I was overcompensating with this rein, and I thought, oh my God. And then you did it, and I thought, no, that's how it should be done. And you didn't really move. You didn't. Your hand, I was like this all the time, thinking, keep her head straight. Oh no, she's gone too far that way. And it was all too much going on.
As you say, probably overcompensating, a bit like when you first drive a car, isn't it?
Yeah.
You turn the steering wheel too much.
You're sort of like, aren't you?
You grab the wheel.
And that's,
But now we've gone through this stuff this morning, and you better understand how horses perceive these things. You realise that what appears to be difficult or uncooperative behaviour actually comes from a different place.
Another thing, that if you do think about it for too long, what we've learnt today is just the amount of horses that are out there going through hell.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind-numbing. When I was thinking about it at lunchtime, just if that sort of small amount that we were doing when we were holding the reins and pretending to be horses, and when you actually really sink that in, it's awful.
We haven't heard from Sue, of course, so we've been chatting away, and Sue's been very
patient.
Yeah.
I think, yes, I feel I learned more than last time. Being the second time I've done it, I didn't quite grasp it as well as I did, last time. And this time I feel I moved forward a bit more this time. So I'm quite happy. I feel, a bit more happier. I can't wait for the next one.
That's good. So
I love it. I can't get enough of it. I love work psychology, work learning for the horse as well. That kindness for the horse and learning like that. It's really good.
Well, that's
Very-
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, very rewarding.
So,
No, I think it's excellent. Really
so
good.
well, since you didn't know what to expect, I can't really ask the question, was it what you expected? Because you didn't know what
I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. I think it was much more nicely structured than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't sort of drifting, sit down a bit, a bit sort of. It was much more structured,
Right.
with more sort of direction to it. So you actually felt each piece you were actually doing something for a reason and then moving on to the next thing, which I think is good. Otherwise, it all just drifts into the day, doesn't it? And you come away thinking, what was that all about? But it was very.
I'd like to thank you all for coming and being such
Thank you for
wonderful
your time. Really enjoyed it.
participants, and glad you got so much out of it.
I did. I mean, just one last thing I'd like to. I think you really have got the balance absolutely spot on for the information that you get from the course. And actually, if you had have overdone it, there is so much to sink in, and I'm sure we'll all be thinking about it over the next few days.
Yeah.
But it still leaves you knowing that there's so much more you want to know about. So I think that's really just fantastic.
If it was just you, then one person wouldn't get your attention.
No.
So whereas I didn't feel
Insufficient,
there was any
no.
of us that had more attention than the other. I felt like you dealt with all of us
Equally.
yeah.
It delivers itself.
It comes from the heart.
Yeah, it
that's
comes
right.
from the heart.
I mean, and that's so obvious. And I think that for myself, that's the inspiring bit of it all. I mean, apart from being shocked at how little I know, for me that is the inspiring bit, because it so most definitely does come from your heart, and it's brilliant. It's been really, really good.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you all very much.